Yay Networks.
You're listening to the Chatty Daddies podcast.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies,
a podcast from three dads who think they are parenting experts. A keyword is think right there.
We don't always get it right, but we like to pretend like we know what we're talking about.
Sure.
And you guys,
What?
I had a life-changing moment yesterday. It was absolutely incredible, and I have one Nick Adams to thank for that.
What? So this is a good life-changing.
Yes, it's
okay.
incredible. My least favorite thing to do on this planet is hang my clothes.
Oh!
I will leave my clothes sitting out on the couch. I left them out for 4 days. Waiting for just the inspiration to get up and go and do it.
Oh, and I mean, look. The wives don't get it. It does take a lot of effort for us to go put those clothes up.
Right.
It really does.
And
That's why I throw mine on the ground and leave them there for weeks on end.
I couldn't care less if they're sitting in this clean pile. That's how I did it for most of my life, is I just have a pile of clean clothes, a pile of dirty clothes. And so now I have to be an actual adult and a civilized human being having to hang up my clothes. I always want to throw a tantrum. JC, do you hang all of your shirts, all of your pants? What's your situation in the closet?
So if it's a shirt that I wear to like go out, let's say we go to a restaurant or so I have my nice t-shirts,
Like
I guess.
Affliction or like Ed Hardy.
Sure, Ed Hardy's,
like
those guys, like the cool t-shirts. But no, so if it's a t-shirt that I would wear to an engagement or something, I hang that. But if it's any of my gym shirts, the ones that I just wear around the house, those get folded and put into a drawer, if that makes sense.
Same for me, like my nice shirts, my Taylor Swift shirts, those get hung.
Yeah.
But everything else in the drawer.
So everything from my belly button up gets hung. Everything from my belly button down gets put into a drawer.
Nice.
I suppose I have a couple of pairs of suit pants that are actually hanging up, but they're in a
Hold on.
completely
Let
different
me
closet.
let me ask you a question, guys. Now that you brought that up, Trey, below the belly, are you guys? So you don't hang your jeans up?
No.
Do you, Nick?
I do.
Okay, me too.
You go trifold into the jean drawer.
Okay.
Am I the only person that hangs his underwear?
You have the clips.
Yeah, clips. Yeah, I don't want him to get wrinkled or folded over.
Gotcha.
So I had a personal best 38 pieces of clothing I needed to hang because
impressive.
I didn't want to do laundry at all for weeks and weeks and weeks. 38 pieces of clothing that I needed to hang up, and I told Nick about how much I hate hanging things, and he showed me this video of a woman with a life hack on TikTok. I'm pretty anti-TikTok. I think they're making up a bunch of crap. They're all just saying stuff trying to go viral.
No, it's literally it's taught me more than I think I learned my senior year of high school, honestly.
And so what you do is you put the shirt you want to hang up onto your shoulder. You go with the arm in through the neck hole all the way through down to where your waist is, and then just sit that on your shoulder. And you do that with however many shirts you want to put on there. And then you take those hangers, you grab it by the hook, and you rip down from your shoulder that last shirt, and it goes perfectly onto the hanger. And it made my life so much easier. It took me maybe 7 minutes to do all 38 shirts. It was incredible. I will never go back. I'm going to teach my son. I'm going to teach my grandchildren. I will never, ever go back. And it felt like a life-changing moment. I was I'm going to remember this day forever.
Right.
You know what? You know what's wild is I know which video you're talking about that Nick showed you. That's how my mom used to do it.
Wow.
And I used to look at her and be like, "Why are you like that? Looks weird on you. It's like a big old pile of just shirts on your arm. Like this is dumb. You're just doing that." And then I never paid any attention to it, but I see it on TikTok, and for some reason, when I see it on TikTok, I'm like, "Wow, that woman's the greatest."
Wow, she's so smart.
She's so smart. I never paid attention to my mom.
I love efficiency.
So while we're talking about cleaning and stuff, the other day my wife was getting on to me, and I was gonna say like, "All right, you're just lying right now," but I didn't want to make the situation any worse. We were, her parents were coming over, and so she was cleaning up the closet because her parents are going in our closet, right?
Yep.
And so she was like, "Hey, you really need to keep your side of the closet clean and keep your vanity all picked up because it took me 45 minutes to clean all that up." And I was like, BS, that took you 45 minutes. Now, I'm not saying that it did not take a short amount of time. I'm not saying that it was not a chore that I should have done because, yes, it was. It's my junk. and I probably should have cleaned it up before your parents came over. It did not take you 45 minutes to pick up 3 pair of pants and my deodorant on the counter.
Yep.
And also, do her parents go into your bathroom? That's what I always ask my wife. And I know we're turning into chatty husbands right now, but I tell my wife, I'm like, who cares what the closet looks like?
Yeah, who cares?
Nobody's going in there.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
I will snoop through my kids' house when they are grown up and I'm watching their kids. I'm going to see who's taking care of the house here.
To jump on top of that conversation, Nick, the other day I got shamed when I thought I was doing the right thing. I decided, Kinsey cooked the meal, and I'll be honest, most of the time she'll be like, hey, can you wash the dishes? You know, she'll ask me and I'll do it. This time, before she even asked, I decided, let me hop on these dishes real quick and get to work. And I started washing away. And it was one of those messy dinners too. Messy. She made some shepherd's pie. So I'm washing these dishes. I'm having a good time. I'm using the sponge. I found a new a thing accidentally. I opened up a drawer accidentally and I found this brush that I didn't know we had. And I started using that, and so I'm having a great time cleaning the dishes. I finish up. She comes out, and she goes, oh, thanks for washing the dishes. I'm like, you know what? You're welcome. And I go and sit down on the couch because I earned it. And then...
Because I earned it.
Yeah, I earned it. I earned it, right? You get done?
Dude, there's so many people. There's moms listening to this that are rolling their eyes. They're the same. It's the same people that roll their eyes when you say I babysat my kids.
Yeah.
I earned that couch. I watched
I earned
the
that
dishes.
sit down on the couch. It took me about a nice little 35 minutes, 45 minutes. I earned it a little sit down on the couch, and then I heard it. Then she went off on me because apparently after you get done using a sponge, you're supposed to squeeze it until there's no water on it or soap or whatever. And listen, I did. I squeezed it, or so I thought I did, but she claims I didn't squeeze it enough. And I got a lecture on how expensive sponges are and how I didn't wash dishes right. And it just...
Interesting.
It made me feel like the biggest piece of crap ever. Like, why did I even wash the dishes? I could have saved myself all this heartache for trying to be good.
Let's play Price is Right. Nick Adams, how much do you think a 3-pack of Scotch Brite sponges are?
Is this the yellow with like the green Brilla?
Yeah,
I'm gonna guess.
Just regular sponges.
I'm gonna guess $6.50.
$6.50. JC, do you know how much they are off the top of your
No, I
head?
don't know how much they are. I just see them. They're sponges.
I'm going to say $3.69.
Okay. I'm going to go with, honestly, I think they're like $3.
$1 a sponge? Ooh, maybe $6.50 is way too much.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
he did go name brand on me.
They're nice sponges. I mean, it's got the green side, and then it's got a little middle part, and then it's got the other sponge part. So it's like a 3-side sponge.
I'm looking at the 3 sponges from Scotch Brite, heavy duty scrub sponge, $1.49.
See? They're not expensive. I'll go buy some new ones. I'll go to the freaking Five Below, or I'll go to the Dollar General, and I'll get us some legit sponges on the cheap.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's loosen the purse strings a little bit, Kinsey.
Yeah.
Okay, look.
To get her back, and I don't know if your guys' wives do this. She warned me she was 11 days out from her period that day.
No.
I told her she cannot.
Out?
She can't tell me. I guess she says 11 days out. She knows her body better than I do. All right, so she says 11 days out is her worst day, according to her.
So if we're supposed to give you a pass for 3 days in the middle of the month, now we're supposed to give you a pass for another few days scattered about?
That's what I don't get, Nick. So like 11 days out. So does that mean 11 days out that day it's going to be a tough one for you, but then the next day is a little bit easier? Like that's what I don't get. I need to learn a little bit more when it comes to that.
I'm actually going to need a full refresher on the female reproductive system. I don't know.
If there's a sex ed teacher listening,
I thought it was like a thing like a couple days before your period, like 3 or 4 days before your period, then your period. Sure. And the 3 or 4 days before your period, that's when everything's supposed to be all hormonal and bad. I don't actually know. Kara's great. Kara never has any issues at all. Yeah. I couldn't tell you when her period is.
Yeah, same. You know what? I will with my wife, same. I don't know. But I will say in college, I dated this girl and she told me that somehow it came up, but she said that her mom told her when she was growing up that you can't use your period as an excuse just to be a jerk.
Right.
Exactly.
And so she never same with her. I never knew when it was. It was never a thing, you know? And so JC, I bet she's telling you that just because she knows that you don't know different. So she's like, ooh, I can get away with this.
I think it's more like, I think she's just more stressed out about us moving. I was like, you can't.
Oh, yeah.
So just a helpful hint for ladies, guys. Helpful hint first.
Listen, don't do
Go
it.
ahead.
Just don't do it.
No,
fellas.
I want it.
No, people are going to get pissed at him.
I don't think it's that bad.
Okay.
Guys, before I say anything, guys, do something. Step up and do something,
Oh, okay.
please.
Yeah.
Get up to do something. But ladies,
Wash the dishes and make sure you squeeze the sponge.
if you want to know why your husband doesn't do anything, one, he's lazy. That's just the first reason. Two,
Very factual.
maybe after he does something, you're telling him how bad of a job he did, so he's not going to do it again. So maybe if he loads the dishwasher wrong, don't tell him for 30 minutes how he loaded the dishwasher wrong. Maybe just rearrange that fork or that bowl, and then he'll keep doing the dishes.
And also,
You know what I'm
don't bring it up a week later and go, remember how you loaded the
Yes.
dishwasher wrong? Don't do that, please. And listen, my wife does a lot of great things, and she's awesome, and I've been with her this long for a reason. But yeah, she made me feel like I should never wash the dishes again.
That's
And
it.
I might not.
Just go to paper plates.
Right? That's what we
JC,
need
how's
to do.
moving?
It's, man, you forget. Moving, I was talking to Trey before we started the podcast of how just, moving seems like it's luxurious and you're starting fresh and it's unstressful and everything's just bliss, but it is the complete opposite of that. It's the most stress. And listen, and I remember thinking this 5 years ago when we moved to this house. I said, you know what? I'm so glad we're not going to do this for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm so glad this is going to be it. This is going to be the house the kids go to the high school with, and this is it. I am not moving again. This sucks.
And it's one of those things that gets harder each time you do it. You move in college, it's like, oh, this is a beating, but whatever. I'm just drinking beer with my friends. You move from college back home or to a real actual apartment by yourself. A little bit more of a beating because you got some more stuff and not as many friends to help you. Then once you move from that, starter apartment into an actual home, you've got a lot of crap and no friends to help you move. You got to hire a moving company, pack all the stuff properly. And it just gets harder each and every time.
You're right, Trey, because I remember in college, and even in college, the stuff we owned, it was one of those where like, you know what? It probably costs more to move that than to just leave it out front and throw it away. You know, that's because I used to just buy mattresses from hotels, the used mattresses. That was me back in the day. But now you accumulate all this stuff and you can't just get rid of it because you have to move it. And for some reason, it's heavier than it was in college. And when you do try to call some friends to come help you, they're all like, oh, no, I'm working the ER. I'm doing an operation, or I got this crazy case I'm working on. So it makes me feel even more worthless about my life because they're doing like legit work and I'm not. And then you have to hire people to move you. They're expensive, bro.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
They are expensive. And I get it. You're lifting. It's tough. But man, does that hurt. And then on top of that, the shifting, all the power and the internet and the little, just the little things we take for granted, everyday things we use, we take them for granted until we have to move them to another house.
Well, it looks like your account's still open over at your old home. Can't turn that on until we turn that one off. Okay, well, I called 4 days ago.
It's just been a constant just a bunch of just crap.
And you know what you really realize is how expensive boxes are.
Yeah.
What do you mean I got to pay $2 a box? I need like 50 of them.
I love the take a box, leave a box over at U-Haul.
And you know what? I try not to get rid of a good box.
Yeah.
It's one of those things when you get older, it's one of those dumb things you do. I may think twice about throwing away this Amazon box. Never know when I'm going to need it.
It's just so it's been crazy. We're not even a third done with moving. We started moving a few things here and there because we had to do a couple things to the house before moving in, a couple fix the floors and all that crap. So it's just been tough. And this was supposed to be the vacation week, but it feels anything but.
On the dad note, how are the kids dealing with the move? Are they okay with packing all of did they have to pack up their own stuff or did somebody pack for them?
We have to pack for them, of course.
Of course.
I'm still having the conversation with my son about I tell him, when we tell him to do something, he's in a stage where he wants to fight us on it. So if I say put away the dishes, he understands wrong and he put away the dishes from the dishwasher, except they were dirty. So there's little things going on where he's fighting back on us, so he doesn't listen to what I ask him to do, and then he does something wrong, and then I get on him for that, and then it just turns into a big old fight when I just tell him, listen, man, if you just listen the first time, you're not going to get in trouble. You're going to end up having to do what I tell you to do regardless. So it's whether you do it now and it's smooth sailing, or you do it 20 minutes from now after arguing with me and fighting with me and me having to tell you you're not going to be able to play video games or have screen time. And so that's what we've been dealing with. It's created a stress ball around our home that I know it shouldn't be there. And it could be easily avoided, but it's just, we sucked at avoiding it this time around.
Is it possibly because he doesn't want to move?
It might be, and we got to remember as adults that kids have feelings too. You know, they become attached to certain things. And to my kids, although this is Kaysen's third house that he's lived in, and Chloe's second, this is all they remember. And so I got to remember that. I got to remember that all their memories are from this house. They have no memories from the old house, right? Because they were too little when we moved up here. And so all their memories are here. And so I'm starting to realize that I think the fighting back and the not wanting to help, I think stems from them just not wanting to let go of this.
Yeah, and one of these days they're going to be married or have a long-term girlfriend, boyfriend, and they're going to go, hey, you want to go drive by my old house? Mm-hmm. And they're going to come back to that house. They're going to be like, this is what I remember. This is where I remember growing up.
It's the best, right? So yeah, so they have that, but I get it, man. And it's just been one of those where I need to take a moment to step back when I'm getting on them for something, or when they're not moving fast enough to help us clean up or move or stuff boxes, to where I gotta realize there's feelings involved here, and I gotta be a little more patient when it comes to that. But it's tough when you're in the middle of a move and everything's just like time limited and there's time sensitive matters, and this has been the hardest move, and I think it's because we have older kids.
Yeah. Would you say that they're more excited or more apprehensive?
Kaysen's more apprehensive, my boy, and Chloe is the one that's a little more excited. But I don't know, because Nick, you moved houses, right?
I did. About 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Did you have this stage where you're thinking, crap, am I doing the wrong thing?
No.
Damn it.
No, sorry.
No. So I've been going through that the last couple of days where I'm like, okay, am I doing the right thing here? I'm taking on a house with a pool now, so there's going to be added expenses. Is that a mistake? I'm going into a new neighborhood. Are there kids there? I don't even know if there's kids my kids' ages in that neighborhood. You know, all these things that I'm just starting to think like and question myself, which have kept me up a little bit at night too. So that's basically what's been going on in my world right now.
Have you guys slept at the new house yet?
No.
Okay. So we're still in the old house, packing things up.
Yeah.
Shipping things off as you can.
Yeah, we're taking like little things that we're not using. So like our winter clothes, things that go upstairs, because the floors are being they're being redone because they had big dogs. So they had to basically, buff that out and re-stain it. So everything that goes upstairs, so some stuff from my kids' room and little things like that, a little couch that goes upstairs in their little playroom. But other than that, like the big main stuff is still here. So we've been still living here.
Check out this. So this last time that we moved from the city to the suburbs, and we sold our house before we found a new place to move.
Oh, man.
And they gave us a very nice offer over asking price, so we didn't turn it down. So we moved out, put everything in pods.
Yeah.
And then moved in with my in-laws for 5-6 weeks, maybe.
With no house.
No house. When we moved into my in-laws, we had no house. Didn't know what we were doing.
Coming over indefinitely.
And we were just hoping, hey, there was a few houses that we liked and we were looking at, but just nothing happened. And then eventually, luckily, we moved. And my wife was pregnant, and we had a toddler at the time. That was rough. That was a crazy time. But we found a house. We moved. It was great. But yeah, that was a little nutty. And then stuff stayed in our boxes. I don't think we hung anything on our walls for like a year and a half into our new house. Just blank walls. We just didn't hang anything. Just
like
didn't care.
Kanye?
Yeah, exactly. Just didn't care. Just leave them in boxes in the closet, and we'll get to it later.
How much input do either of y'all get in the decorating of the home? Give me a percentage.
I've had arguments with Kinsey about this. I get 0. and look, Kinsey does a great job, and she has a great eye when it comes to making our house look beautiful and cozy. But sometimes there's things I really like, right? And she won't like it at all. But I really like it. And I'll have to tell her, like, listen, give me just this one thing, you know? You got to understand, you did basically the entire house. Let me just have this one thing. So that has caused a couple arguments, a couple fights, even in this house, you know, where I really want something, and she's like, no, I don't like it.
Kinsey, you can pick the paint, but I want stadium seating in the living room. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Dude, stadium seating in the living room sounds great.
Oh,
actually,
it's so cool.
It actually does, bro.
You just build a little platform and put one couch, and the other couch sits on the ground.
I mean, it does sound very college, but but it sounds great.
Do you guys get to have any input at your homes?
Absolutely. I'll say absolutely. I don't care. It could be anything. It could be purple and orange in every room, and I would not even bat an eye. I'd go, all right, cool. Is this couch comfortable? I'm looking for practicality.
I get just a little bit, and so this week we're meeting with a decorator because we're going to do some painting and stuff. She's going to help us pick out colors and things like that for a few rooms.
Nice. Yeah.
And so there's only like one thing that I care about, but I have to sit at this meeting that's going to be 4 hours long. That's what the person told us.
Why?
I don't know. And I only care about one thing, the texture of the wall. That's all I care about. My wife can handle anything else.
Okay, wait.
But I've got to be supportive and be there.
So
what texture do you want?
Yeah.
Well, so currently we have, maybe I'm going to pick a battle with people's interior designing preferences.
At Chatty Daddies.
So I don't know if any of y'all have this in your house, but I'm just saying it's not for me. So there's different kinds of wall texture. Kind of the normal one is called orange peel.
What's
right?
that?
Okay, yeah.
So
that's like
peel,
that's little crevices, like little tiny. It looks like an orange peel.
There's just a tiny little texture on the wall.
Right.
It's nothing crazy. Right now, the walls in our house are like, I forget what it's called. It's like something trowel, and so it's like big like things of plaster that are like kind of textured all the way around the wall, around the room. Spanish trowel, Trey. I think I see Trey looking.
That's
it up
that's what my new house has.
Okay, see, I don't like that. so we're getting that taken off. So they got to like sand it off, and then they got to.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. So, anyways, I just want a regular looking wall. I don't want anything like crazy.
You want orange peel wall?
Just orange peel wall. That's it.
Man, so you hate my house? Is what you're saying?
I didn't say I hated your house. Just
literally said you hate my house.
I'm not the biggest fan of that kind of trowel texture.
At what point in the meeting were you able to? Have you done it yet?
No, I do it tomorrow.
At what point do you think you're going to be able to slide in the wall texture? Because I can't imagine that's anywhere in her questionnaire.
That'll be number one. I mean,
does Blair like it?
She's fine with it, but
okay.
She's going to let me have that, and then I'm not really going to care about anything else.
Gotcha.
I'm let her pick cabinet, or the color for the cabinets and stuff.
I can't wait to when I invite you guys over to the house.
Oh, I'm going to be judging you.
I'm going to be solely focused on when Nick walks into my house now.
Watch my eyes, just
that's what I'm going to do.
Up and down the walls.
Yeah, yeah. And it's the front room that's that texture, by the way. So it's like the first thing you see is going to be that wall right there.
We're not doing basically anything to do with children, but I have another thing I'd like to complain about. If we're just jumping from one thing to it's spring break, we're taking a break from parenting. How about that?
Right.
So when I go to your house, you should wait for me to ask for a tour, because I don't care to see the whole damn house, all right?
Sure.
I don't need to see your living room and then your children's rooms and then the backyard and then the closets and then I don't care. Where's the food and where's the beer?
Here's the thing. Because I do like tours. I like to go see people's houses, but I feel awkward and rude asking for a tour. Because you never know, like, what if it's a Nick situation where he didn't clean his vanity, or what if it's my kind of situation where I have a pile of clothes in my closet and it's not ready to go. So that's why I always wait for the person to say, "Hey, you want to take a gander of the house?" And then it's up to you to say, "No."
Then I'm the rude one.
Okay, can I tell you about one of my favorite and least favorite moments of the late great Kid Craddock.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was so we all, if you're not familiar, if you're just joining the podcast and you just found us on iTunes or something, we all work for a show called the Kid Craddock Morning Show. It used to be hosted by a guy whose name was Kid Craddock. He's passed away about 7 years now. Anyways, he lived in this really nice, apartment, condo, high-rise place.
Yeah.
Very nice, had a huge balcony and everything. We go over there for like a party. It was a Christmas party or something. It was my wife and I. Kid was an entertainer. He liked having people over and stuff. And so he's like, hey, Nick Blair, welcome. Come on in. Take a look around. Just have some fun. We're like, okay. So after a while, we're just like looking around his place. And we were just like, we walked into his bedroom.
Uh-oh.
And the door was open.
Yeah.
And because he said, take a look around. And we took like one step in his bedroom. We're like, oh, this is a nice bedroom. And we turned around to walk out and he goes, what are you doing in my bedroom? It's like, I don't I don't know. The door was open. It's like right outside your living room. Like it was, what are you doing in my room? I don't know. You said take a look. I'm not like snooping.
And you had only been an employee for like 20 minutes at that point.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. So he was probably like, I don't really know you that well. But
He did the same thing with Kinsey's friend. He had us over, and he told same thing.
Take a look around.
Go look.
Have fun, hang out.
Take a look around. He caught Kinsey's friend in the closet because his closet was dope. By the way, it was like a really cool closet, and he caught her in there and asked her, "Hey, what are you doing in my closet?" And she goes, "You said we could look around."
Yeah, and we had all been there before, so it was like
He kicked her out of the closet. And then goes up to Kinsey and goes, hey, your friend was in my closet. And Kinsey goes, what do you want me to do about it? And he goes, I don't know, but tell her not to do that. It's too late, bro. She's already seen the closet.
So I know that you've been moving and haven't had a whole lot of time for yourself. You missed our stereo, I know, this past Tuesday, JC. But we got a really interesting question that Nick and I kind of were like, I don't know.
It's a tough question?
Yes, they always ask the tough questions on stereo, which I appreciate people listening and thinking that we might have an idea. But you get a little tongue-tied whenever people ask these questions. So one guy's son, he caught his son looking at adult videos online.
How old?
13.
13.
Okay.
And so at the age of 13, how would you discipline your son? Would you discipline your son? And how would you go about doing that? Yeah.
So again, what I like to do before I discipline my kids, or I ground them, or I do anything that's going to cause them to be angry at me, because when you discipline your kids, they get mad at you. I look back and I go back to that age. So if I'm a 13-year-old kid, what was I doing at 13? Was I trying to get a little peek at a nipple here and there?
Yes, you were.
I absolutely was.
Yeah.
I had found at 13. I had found Playboy magazines that had been thrown away by somebody in the apartment complex. Boxes of them, guys. I'm talking about hundreds of them. And I took these boxes and I dragged them back to my apartment and I hid them in my desk. You know when you have the drawers? I pulled out the drawers at the bottom one and I had that crevice right there. I stuffed as many as I could down there. And then the rest I sold to my friends. So here's the thing. This kid is curious about the human body, right? He's probably had his friends talk to him about boobs and sex now. They probably brought that up to him. He's 13 years old. We're getting to that age. So I wouldn't ground my kid. I wouldn't. What I would do is, hey man, obviously you're having some questions about sex and you're having questions about the anatomy of a woman's body. So let's chat, man. Let's have a conversation. You're looking at grown-up stuff, so let's have a grown-up conversation. All right? So shoot, tell me why are you looking at those? Are you curious? Are you feeling desires? Is that why you're watching it? And I would honestly just try to have more of a conversation with them than I would chastise him for it or go off on him or scream at him for that, right? Because I wouldn't want him to then shut down in the future.
Right.
Because if I yell at him and I ground him in the future, he's not going to want to ask me about, hey, what do I do with this girlfriend? I'm having problems, or I'm being told I need to be doing these things. So I want to keep those lines of communication open. So I would honestly just have a conversation with him, and then I would say, hey, listen, I would prefer for you not to look at these things because I still think you are too young. So I'm going to put blocks on your computer, and I'm going to put blocks on your iPad for you not to be able to see these. This is your only warning. And if I catch you doing that again in my home, we're gonna have an issue. Understood? And hopefully he would respond with understood. And I said, when you turn 18 years old and you are a grown man, then you are more than welcome to go around and look at those websites. But as of now, you're still too young, and I don't think you should be looking at them. And that's how I would hopefully handle it.
That is a better answer than I think Nick and I gave.
I think I liked my answer, which was I would want to make sure that the kid knows that what you're looking at is not real life.
Exactly.
It's not how interactions between people actually happen. The reactions are not the same. It's just a complete fantasy. And I don't want that to twist what he thinks is supposed to happen when they're intimate or anything like that, because it's all fake. It's not real.
And you hope that's what would happen in the conversation you have with them, right? Because first thing would be like, yo, is that what it's, what it's like every time? And you got to be like, no, bro. Sometimes it's 20 seconds, homie. And that's okay.
And then you got here.
And when it comes to girls, if I caught a girl like my daughter watching that at 13 years old, it would pain me, because I feel like they paint these girls into this picture of sexuality that is you can't live up to, right? And so that would be a different conversation. That would be tougher for me because I'm not a woman. I think that would be more of my wife having to jump in there and have a talk with Chloe about that, because I've never lived as a woman, so I don't know what is going on in your mind, and I don't know what's going on hormonal wise. And so I would think I would sit there and listen to my wife and her conversation.
There was one time, JC, I said on our stereo that when I was looking at something, this was early in the internet days, and somehow one of the websites set itself as my homepage on the family computer.
Yeah.
So as soon as you clicked, Internet Explorer, Yahoo didn't pop up. Oh, no. This thing did. And so my entire...
RedTube?
I don't remember. No, this was way before.
Long before RedTube.
I don't even know what it was. But so my entire, I was in like 7th grade. My brother, my dad, and my mom were all huddled around the computer, staring at the screen, trying to figure out how to change it. And we had to call like a help center to help us change it. And it was mortifying. But I just thought of something else.
What?
Okay.
So, in high school, a friend got me, swear, this was just a gag gift, just several porn magazines of things that I'm just not particularly interested in. And I hid it somewhere in my room, and I legit forgot about it. Didn't know it was there.
Yep.
Several years later, I'm in college, and my mom calls. She's like, hey, we're going to come down and visit like next week. Do you need anything from the house? I was like, no, I think I'm good. She goes, well, would you like me to bring your magazine Graham Cracker or Big Black Butts? And I was like, what are you? Oh, no. And I was like, where did you find that? She goes, under your bed. And I was like, oh, okay.
It had been there the whole time?
I guess. Completely forgot I hid it in the most obvious spot ever.
Nick, I was an idiot too, and I had completely forgotten about my magazines until my mom called me up when they moved. Because you think your parents are going to stay in the same house forever, right? And I was like, oh, they're going to leave.
I'll get it later.
Yeah, I'll go back in there, I'll sneak in, and I'll throw them away when I have time. But I just figured they'd never move. And my mom called me while Kinsey was sitting right there and basically told me she discovered all my magazines. And I felt like I was about to get grounded still. I was like, wait a minute, she can't do nothing right now.
So one time my parents had a garage sale when I was also in college, and they were selling some of my VHS tapes. and so they had a garage sale. Someone bought The Indian in the Cupboard.
Oh boy.
And this is not an adult film or anything. No. But inside the little like thing that you open, the like soft shell case that you open, was a bunch of like old cigars that I had hidden in there.
Cigars.
I hid it in the Indian in the Cupboard VHS tape.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun and questions that you can get us trying to answer on stereo every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central. So go download the app and join us. I'm at On The Tradio.
I'm at Nick Adams.
I'm at JSI5.
And it's a live conversation app. We're sitting there talking, chit-chatting about something. If you have a question, please chime in. You just hit a button right in the middle of your phone and send it to us. We'll get back to you within seconds.
Yeah, and it's really like you can be a fourth member of the Chatty Daddies.
Which is really cool.
Us. Yeah, it's really neat. And this is so cool because we just sit around and talk to each other. It's just three guys hanging out. But we can actually hear from people. And this is so mind-boggling for us. It's not that crazy of an idea, but it's just so cool for us to actually engage with you guys that are listening and talk to you in real time. So join us.
And actually, if you have like the question that Nick and Trey felt like they were a little bit, or Trey mostly felt stumped on, you can even give us a little bit of advice of what you would have done as well. And then that way we get a little perspective from just, our bozo brains.
I love it. Download the Stereo app today and join us on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central.
So this is sort of, this next topic is kind of in what we've been talking about, sex and stuff like that. And I want to get...
I love how you said it. Sex.
We got... The Grammys were this past week.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I get you. We're talking V-chip.
I don't know what V-chip means.
It's the thing they used on television to block kids from watching bad content.
Well, they may have blocked Cardi B's performance of WAP.
Yes.
And so Cardi B, for the first and possibly last time ever, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they performed WAP on primetime television.
Yeah.
So my question is, a lot of people obviously did not like this. You have two women.
Sure.
Interlocking their legs and humping each other and swinging around stripper poles and stuff and twerking.
Yep.
What are y'all's thoughts on something like this? A sexually suggestive performance like this during a primetime broadcast event?
And it's by people that are good at business. Like if your daughter was as good at business as Cardi B, you'd be like, damn, my daughter is killing it.
Right.
If she was as philanthropic as Megan Thee Stallion, you'd be like, oh my goodness, my daughter's doing great. But if your daughter does what Megan and Cardi B were doing on stage, you go, we're going to need to have a conversation.
Here's the thing. I'm a fan of Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. I like their music.
I love them both.
I like their video. I think they're extremely talented. I love where they came from. I love that Megan Thee Stallion was a college student and she finished school. I love that Cardi B rose from nothing to become what she is now. But you can be a fan of certain celebrities and musicians, but also know that they are not right for your kids.
Sure.
And that's where I stand. When Megan Thee Stallion came out to perform, because she went up first, right before Cardi B came out and started doing her thing. I know my daughter's a fan of Megan Thee Stallion, and so Kinsey was like, "Hey, should we record this for Chloe to watch?" And I was like, "Well, let's just watch it, and let's see if this is something we would want our daughter to watch." And we came to the conclusion after watching the entire performance that, you know what? I'm probably not going to let her watch this one right here. And that's okay. That's okay for us to be fans of certain artists, but to also be the filter for our kids. And so when it comes to award shows like this, I've grown to learn that it is better to not watch them with my son and my daughter. It's better to watch them myself. And then if I see something that they'd enjoy from one of their favorite artists and I think it's something that I'm okay with, then I'll show them the next day.
And we're lucky enough to live in a time where we can do that.
Yeah.
And we can do that. We couldn't do
90s.
that back in the day. And here's the thing, and I see a lot of people complaining about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. They ruined entertainment and this and that. And I see it from people that grew up in the 80s. And they said, back in my day, we didn't have this crap. You had Madonna. You had Madonna grinding on the ground with Like a Virgin, touching herself. You can't tell me you didn't have that back in the day. Back in the day, you were the teenager. You were the rebellious one. And so you didn't see anything wrong with it. But again, it's okay if your parents didn't like it. Your parents were the ones telling you, don't watch Madonna. Don't watch her. Back in the 50s, Elvis Presley, good God, Elvis Presley was swaying his hips. That was not allowed. But that was controversial back then, right? So it's not the same, but it's similar. There's always going to be those shocking artists. Every generation is going to have that. And if you become a parent, you're going to become no fun, and that's okay. You're going to become the people that are going to have to filter it, and that's fine. So
let's say y'all are all sitting around the computer, the television, and something like this comes on. What do you immediately like the autoplay on YouTube jumps to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion next. And do you just go, do you pull it down real quick and you just take it off? Yeah.
And my kids are really cool about that, by the way. When I stop something or when I change the channel, they go, "Oh, is that something we shouldn't be watching?" And I said, "Yes." And I said, okay. And Chloe gets to go on TikTok sometimes. I'll let her go on TikTok. And as soon as my daughter hears a curse word, she flips it. So they know, right? They know that I'm going to give you guys liberties as you guys get older, but the moment you mess it up, we're going to go back to square one. So that's where we're at right now with parenting, and the older they get, the tougher it gets, because now they're being now they have the peer pressure to like certain artists, and the peer pressure to be in hip with what's going on with TikTok and with Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. So there's those things that are also jumping in and making a play at it.
Well, how much worse is what's going on the Grammys than what's going on TikTok? Because TikTok, you can show up mostly naked, just bouncing around, and that's just as provocative as anything Cardi B is going to do.
And she flips it. I told her, if there's any booty shaking, if there's any curse words, if there's anybody wearing undies, flip it. And I'm usually right there. She's only allowed to watch it if Kinsey or I'm sitting next to her, because it has to be on our phone anyway.
Nice.
And for the most part, now it's gotten to the point where TikTok picks up your algorithm to now where it's mostly puppies popping up on my TikTok. It's those cool life hacks that the one that Nick found for you that you mentioned at the beginning of the podcast. So TikTok is cool that way, because it starts realizing, wait a minute, it looks like it's a kid watching these videos. Let's give them a bunch of kid stuff. And that's basically what my TikTok is now. It's kids things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. I thought it was a little much for generic broadcast TV.
Yeah,
I mean, it was on late, by the time it rolled around, but it is very weird where it's like, oh, here's a 10-minute in memoriam of Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
And here's WAP. And like, wow, this this is a little different. I thought it was probably a little much for, a basic, generic, the channel that everyone, if it was MTV, I wouldn't bat an eye, because it's MTV, it's cable. That was a little much, but it is what it is. It's not a hill that I want to die on,
right?
Defending it or going against it.
I find it hard to tell anybody, hey, dial it back, because I don't want to do everything. Like, I don't even want to do this podcast, like, as a children's podcast. Hey, everybody, A, B, C, D. Like, that's not what we want to do. Cardi B doesn't want to dial her art back to being good enough for my standard for my children.
Sure.
So it's hard for me to go, no, you have to make sure that you're in line with my rules.
Well, Cardi B knows what she's doing. She knew she was going to piss people off, right? This is what she's done her entire career. She wants us to talk about her, whether it be good or bad, because she's learned she can take it. There are artists that cannot take that, but she learned it. And so when she did that, she knew what she was doing. She knew she was going to get that pushback, and she got what she wanted. She got everybody talking about her performance when there were a bunch of other great performances, but they're talking about her,
On that note, then don't complain to me on Instagram later when people are like, "Oh, you're being too provocative." Please don't scream, going, "You know what my art is. You know what I'm doing." Don't get mad at people for being angry if you're trying to be provocative.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take it. Own it. So that's why I'm not going to do my Thirst Trap Thursdays anymore. Basically.
So, guys, I think we have solved dishes for the family.
Sure.
We've solved pornography. And at what age that's appropriate.
Of course.
We've solved what you can show on broadcast television. Solved it.
Yeah.
Basically, I think we're heroes.
Hey.
I think all that's left to do is for you to go and subscribe to our podcast wherever you subscribe to podcasts, and follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Chatty Daddies.
And you can always hit us up at chattydaddies.com, and you can leave us a voicemail or send us a text at the number in the description of this podcast.
And also remember to follow us on the Stereo app, because you'll get bonus content every single week. We're going live every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central, so we would love to see you there.
The Chatty Daddies Podcast.
This episode of the Chatty Daddies is over, but it doesn't have to be. Come join our after party on the Stereo app.
We've been talking to you for like 45 minutes, and you probably have thought, boy, these guys are dumb. Or maybe you actually were thinking, oh, these guys are brilliant, and you want to come and join the conversation. That's what the Stereo app is all about. So download it today and follow us. I'm at On The Tradio.
At Nick Adams.
At JSI5.
And you can join in the conversation every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central.
We have a lot of fun, too, and we also hook you up every time we do a Chatty Daddies episode on the Stereo app. So if you want to come out here and maybe earn yourself a nice little gift card, we have that as well. In fact, here's a little taste for you, a little appetizer. Check out what went down on our stereo conversation between Nick and Trey last week.
Hey guys, this is Rachel. Do you parent differently in public than you do in private? If my daughter gets hurt and it's just us around, I kind of casually walk over to her to see if she's okay, but I'm not in any hurry. But I'm afraid if I do that in public, I'll look like a real jerk. Do you do things differently?
I mean,
top
yeah.
notch.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely do, because you got to show up the other parents. You absolutely do things differently. But, I'm trying to raise my kids, both of them, boy and girl, to, if they do fall down and get hurt, I'm just like, hey, you okay? I'm not just going to like run and swarm them and smother them. Are you okay? Are you okay? I should be like, hey, you okay? And if they're crying, I'll go over there, of course. But yeah, absolutely. You might have to parent a little bit different. Maybe at home, I'll let things slide a little bit. Maybe if they're pestering their sibling or if they're being a little loud or something, I'll let that slide. But if we're out in public, I'm definitely going to be more on top of it so they don't bug the other shoppers at Target or something.
For sure.
But yeah, I think there's definitely ways that you do. But so, yeah, Rachel, you're fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's fine. It's all good.
So go download the Stereo app today and make sure to follow us so you can join us on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central.